Oh my God. I just got off the Beliefetics live reprogramming that we do once a month. And it was literally like everything. So we did this month, the reprogramming was around your quantum quarter. It was so freaking amazing. And I just had to like jump on here because I'm like still buzzing from it. So there is 178 women inside of Beliefetics. It is such a vibe in there. Hello everyone. Oh my God, hi. Hashtag live vibes if you're here live. Hashtag after party if you're here on the aftermath. And I think maybe write down below process if you want the Beliefetics process. If you want to learn about Beliefetics, let me know down below. That'll be a vibe. Oh my gosh, so we just had the reprogramming on quantum quarter. So let me know if you're in Beliefetics. Make sure you go do that if you were there. Oh my God, you were there. But if you're going to go do the after party, let me know that you're going to do that. And I actually want to share about mine. I had such a massive like breakthrough in it, so I want to share with you guys about mine. I'm buzzing. I hope you guys are having like the best weekend ever. Hands up also, like who's feeling like the vibes? I think it's very much in the collective. I felt this. So every month when I go live inside of the live reprogramming, PS DM me if you want to be in my Beliefetics live reprogramming. There's a monthly pass that you can buy or a lifetime access pass that you can buy, which is amazing. Oh my God, Rebecca was there. So we did it around the quantum quarter. So if you were on Beliefetics, I would love you to let us know like how you feel about your quantum quarter. But also, I just felt it in the collective. I felt there is this energy this quarter that a lot of us are going like, this is the quarter, I can feel it. It's kind of like being a bubbling up to be. Oh, I love that insomnia lets you catch my lives. I love that. But I felt this in the field, definitely felt this in the field, that there's this energy building for like the best quarter that you've ever had in your entire business life. And we did a reprogramming around it, because if this is going to be your quantum quarter, you've got to actually look at all of the negative beliefs. And it was such a beautiful process, because so many of us are like, yeah, I want a quantum quarter, it's going to be amazing. And one of the biggest things that I noticed, and we always notice when we do a live round of, or a live reprogramming with Beliefetics, is how many negative beliefs are actually beneath the surface. But what I really wanted to say with you guys is there was something really beautiful that I kept on saying on the call, was a lot of us have this romanticized version of like healing and doing the inner work. And it's almost like the way we do the inner work is to slow down and decrease the distractions and to really kind of take ourselves away, take ourselves out of it. Hi Courtney, hello. Hashtag live vibes if you're here live and ready to party. We're going to talk about one little piece that came from my Beliefetics live reprogramming that I did. If you're not in the Beliefetics live reprogramming, DM me, or I will put it in the links in my stories so that you can find it and you can come and join us with the monthly live reprogramming. It'll be a vibe. So this one thing that I was talking about over and over again inside of this live reprogramming, and especially kind of goes hand in hand with having a quantum quarter, because a quantum quarter is you're kind of asking to just be like thrown into it, thrown into the energy, thrown into exponential growth, thrown into hyperaction, thrown into lots more energy in your field, lots more things happening in your field. That is quantum quartering. Quantum quartering is like you're going to increase the amount of inner work that you're doing. You're going to increase the amount of things that you're working on. You're going to condense the time frame in which you're doing your inner work that you usually do to get the results that you currently have. And we're going to condense it into a smaller time frame. So anytime I look at exponential or quantum growing, so quantum growth, essentially like having a quantum quarter, the way that I see it is whatever goal that you have or whatever big dream that you have for that quarter, what we are actually essentially asking for and doing and signing up for is going, okay, whatever time frame I've had those results in before, I'm condensing all the highs and the lows and the ups and the downs and the ebbs and the flows that I had in that time frame to create that amount before, and I'm going to condense them into a tinier time frame. And so what I really want you to remember, if you are going to have your quantum quarter, and declare it down below if you are like fully going to go out all out for your quantum quarter, is do not think that it is going to be void of healing and working through things and reprogrammings and like intense inner work. Because I think that's what bumps people off the field, is you set this big dream, you set this big goal, you're like, I'm going to have a quantum quarter, and then you get bumped off because the resistance rises to be as big as the dream that you just set. And you kind of like see it as a bad thing. And the way that I want you to see it is like, if this is going to be the quantum quarter and you're going to do things that you haven't done before, and you're going to go into edges you haven't gone to before, you're going to be doing work on yourself to be able to take the actions that you haven't taken before, like you've never done before. It's going to be the vibe. Hello everyone. Hashtag live vibes if we're here live. So this quantum quarter is, I actually had a massive breakthrough about something that I'm going to do for this quantum quarter, which I have never done. So inside of this Beliefetics live reprogramming that we just did, we did it around the quantum quarter, and a lot of stuff came up for a lot of people around a lot of things, which was really amazing. And we came all the way out of it the other end, and like, I'm so excited to watch what everybody does there. Anne is here live. Oh my God. Yay. Anne is in the house. Oh my God. Yay. And I'm going to tell you like hashtag story time. I got to tell you a story, and this will make this all make sense. Is we did the Beliefetics on, oh, my alarm's going off. I realized I am going to be taking very different actions for the next 3 months, and actions I probably haven't taken in that kind of way ever. Like very ever. And so I was bumping up against resistance about it immediately. Like there was a lot of resistance around it immediately, like I was going to be doing, and I know that I was going to be doing. And when I did the deja vu visualization, I saw all the things that I would be doing, all the things that I did to have that quantum quarter. And one of the things that actually came to me is, because I'm finishing editing my book, it's fucking hard work for me. And so it's actually changing the way that I have to work, and it's really like was bugging me. And when I did the deja vu visualization, something really cool came to me. Is this 3 months, like this quarter, there's something about this quarter where it's going to be, instead of normal work and working like I usually do, it's going to actually be a little harder than usual. And I was very not excited about that and it's never been like that. Never have I done a deja vu visualization and it's been like, you are going to work your face off. You are going, and not in the way that you're probably thinking, but more in like, because editing a book is like hard. I gotta focus for a longer amount of time, but I really want this body of work to be like the best body of work ever. I want it to be the best book you've ever read on big dreams, and I just want it to be great. And when I did my deja vu visualization, I was sitting on the beach and I was like spent and I was like satiated, and I felt like, oh my God, I did the thing. So this quantum quarter for you, and I've got a feeling like a lot of people in the collective were feeling like they know exactly where they get to focus. They know exactly what they've kind of got to shift and change from their stubborn way that they've worked before, aka me, of like, I'm just going to do a little bit of work and like ferrying around and like just a little bit of work. I'm just going to just be digging in and coaching with my clients and vibing with them and doing my little live streams and doing my stories and gallivanting. That's kind of like the way that I work. But this work is like, I have a studio right now, and I have like a moment in my time right now where the schedule's like really clear and I am ready to work. And the thing that came through was changing the way that I work for the next 3 months. It won't be forever. It's just going to be the next 3 months that I'm going to change the way that I work. And there's a lot of, whenever there's like a new big goal, a new big dream that you've got, it sometimes pushes up against things that we've gotten so used to doing in the way that we do them, and we're like, you know what, I'm stubbornly not going to change that. But some of your big dreams, some of the ways, it's like it's changing your ways. And I think there's something inspiring about that sometimes, and especially if it's for a 3-month period. Like, I'm going to commit to this for 3 months and I'm going to do it a little differently than the way I've done it before. And that's what we did. And so that Beliefetics call, if you were on it, it was so friggin' powerful. And also it was about solidifying, for a lot of them that were there, is like solidifying your values and solidifying the way that you work and working with the way you work even more so. But for me, it was actually changing the way that I work. And I don't think I've ever done a Beliefetics reprogramming and come out the other end being like, oh my God, I'm changing everything about the way that I work for the next 3 months. This is crazy. To be able to get this, to finish this book in the way that I want to finish it. And in the deja vu visualization, that what was getting fed back to me was, this is going to be spent and satiated are going to be my core feelings that I'm going to feel. But anyway, I would love to know what your vibes are for your quantum quarter. I'm feeling, just in the collective, so many people feeling like a different way of working for the next few months, feeling like they're just going to like experiment, go to the edges, do a little bit something different. I've got a lot of clients that are going through Me Brand with me, my 6-month protocol. They're going through Me Brand, and the way that Me Brand is, it's working a little differently for the next 3 months versus kind of like randomly launching shit. They're really intentionally working for the next 3 months in a really intentional way, not in more hours, but more intentionally. And so going through that quantum quarter was a vibe. Also, oh my God, I've got multiple clients this month that are vibing with 100K months. Like, they're really up there and they're like, this is my 100K month. So there's definitely that around the quantum quarter that came up as well. So that was a vibe. Much less pressure and effort. I love that. So good. Because the quantum quarter, another piece of the quantum quarter is, it can be, the quantumness can be working less than you ever have before, or changing the ways that you work, or lighting a match and creating an explosion. It feels exciting to double down and shake things up in the last quarter. Yes, doesn't it? Oh my God. I feel like it feels so exciting, because when I did my deja vu visualization, my future self, she was like, you are going to be spent. And that's one of my favorite feelings. Like when we go to the snow, you know those days and you go to the snow, and I never get that with my work, because I never like work my face off. I just skip and gallivant around the place and just like coach my clients, which is like breathing for me. And just today I was in with my clients, and yesterday we were in figure 7 and with figure 8ers, and we're celebrating some massive milestones. And it was just like, oh my God, that's so fun. But I love that feeling, right? And so in the snow, you go out and you're snowboarding all day, and you get back and you're like, every muscle hurts, and you just have this fullness, like that full feeling. And that's the visual that I got at this, like doing my deja vu visualization. I got this like full feeling, like so full. And you're out on the snowboard, you're out skiing all day, and then you come home, and then you have your hot shower, and you have a tea, and you're in your pajamas, and it's like 7 o'clock, and you're freaking tired, and you've moved, and you feel like so satiated and so spent and so filled up and so just like satisfied. That is one of my favorite feelings, and that is one of my feelings that I never get with work, because I never work my face off. I never like work so hard all day that I'm like so tired from work. I just kind of like skip around and gallivant around. And this quarter is going to be, and it was like, it wasn't forever, it was like a one-time thing. It was a one-time thing. This quarter is going to be that with editing the book, because the thing is, my work practices, the way that I work now, and just doing a little like gallivanting and coaching my clients, and that is not going to get this book to the standard that it needs to be with the editing. And so I've got to kind of like shift and change the way that I'm showing up in like the last quarter, which is, it feels a bit stretchy. So I just thought that I would come here, because I know that a lot of us, and me included, I love a good like work 2 seconds and make $1 million. That's like, I'm so here for it. And I never have had this desire to have like, and I mean, I've just come off the back of a semi-sabbatical, and having like that, having a semi-sabbatical and still having like 60K days or like 30K days and random, like I wasn't really celebrating numbers during the semi-sabbatical, but the energetic escrow of my semi-sabbatical was fucking out of this world. I never work my face off either, but totally up for it. I felt this in the field. I feel this in the field. Oh my God, you're like the perfect example. Like, and you just like light a match, create an explosion. But there's something about this October, November, December energy. And it's like, it feels like a one and done thing. Like the things that I do in the next 3 months, especially with the book, it's like a legacy. It feels like legacy impact, what I'm about to do in the next 3 months. After like a semi-sabbatical, oh my God, it feels crazy, but it feels like it's not a forever thing. It feels like this moment in time, and I am just so here for it. My clients are feeling it, and it just feels like it's in the collective, a lot of us, because I don't want us to be like, I'm going to work my face off and just forever, and that's the way that it's going to be. I actually feel like there's so much value in having spurts and surges of very intentional, very intensive in work, exactly like a sprint, and it's not forever. And I think there's a piece of it not being forever that keeps it super fun versus draining and burning outy. It feels like every single thing that you do on every single day for the rest of this year specifically, it's like the end of 2024. I can feel it. It's my clients are having this feeling. I'm having this feeling. After like my sabbatical, and then just really setting up my business with such an omnipresent vibe. Like I don't really need to even, like I'm live right now, but I realized how much energetic escrow and omnipresent stuff, like I spent my semi-sabbatical setting up all the back ends of my business. So I don't need to really show up live or do much at all. Except what I know to do. There's like very specific things that I need to do, but now that I've done that, I've got the omnipresent part of my business set up. It's always leading to this moment of like getting the book completed. And I mean, it's written, I wrote it when I was in the cabin in the woods, my version. But now it feels like, and now we're going to work our face off a little bit for the next 3 months. We're going to do hard work. You're going to sit with the computer and you're going to sit and do things when you feel like you've hit an edge, and you are going to expand beyond it. And it's not forever. And it doesn't mean you're not going to sleep, because you are going to sleep. But that is the vibe. So I know a lot of you guys who are just like, we're not a work all day kind of person, and we're not a big work, hard worker kind of people. But if that is your vibe right now, I got you. Like, I get it. This can be a moment in time in your life right now where you can actually lay the foundations for the next 5 years. And that's the energy that I'm getting, because every single one of my energetic escrows that I piggyback on for 5-10 years, pretty much, like I'm piggybacking on the year that I spent 10 years ago launching a course every month. I'm still piggybacking on that energy. And so as I go into this next decade, I definitely feel this energy of the next 3 months is me editing this book launching it, because that's going to be a lot as well. And to me, actually, this means virality. So my 80-20 right now is when I do a viral reel and get bajillions of people signing up to my email list, and then them going into the omnipresent funnels and everything happening in the back end and me just doing my thing on the front ends, it's like the most craziest, amazing feeling that I have. And it feels like back in the day with my funnels, but now I don't, and now it's just so me. The funnels are just like really, really me now. Can't wait to read it. Oh my God, me too. I can't wait to like you guys read it and love it and enjoy it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and so going viral for me became like this thing where I can light a match and create an explosion. And that is my launch. That is my launch strategy for the book, is to go viral, because I can make 1 6-second reel million and reach millions in a month versus 20 million thousand live streams that I used to do. I do one reel, reach so many people with the exact message that I want to reach them with. And if they are, it's not all sales obviously, but it's more people coming into my world, more people getting the Big Dreams book. And my Big Dreams book, I guess, is more mass. It's kind of like, obviously, I mean, this industry is getting a little bit more mass. People understand it now. Like when I first started doing this, nobody got what I did. Like nobody understood what I do. Now it's kind of like, oh, I get it. I get what you do. Your reels are so entertaining. Thank you. And they feel like an extension of me. And that's what I love about cracking the nut of reels. It feels like honestly, okay, when I cracked hyper reels, because it's a year ago I cracked viral reels, oh my God, it felt like I'd bought a lottery ticket. It felt like Willy Wonka's golden ticket. It literally felt like that, because the way that I see it is I was never the popular one. Like at school, I was never popular, and I always felt like I just don't know the popular code. And so that's why I thought my reels just would not hit ever. And so obviously I did a lot of work, I did a lot of inner work on it, but it came down to like sitting down and go, I'm a smart fucking woman. Sitting down, I know marketing, I know trends, I know PR, I know it. And I might not be popular, like have that natural popular muscle, but I can figure this shit out. And I sat down and I figured it out a year ago, and it has been so exponential for my business. And it let me have a semi-sabbatical. It let me have that. And now when I'm like, oh, I'm going to have a book launch, I'm like, oh, pull the viral card, easy. And then I have the viral card, but then I have like the real deep connection with my clients. So I have like a high level business, and I also have a low end business at the same time. And so it's just like fucking magic. But what was I going to say? Oh, about being popular. So I think this all comes to say, like, hyper reels, PS, DM me if you want to buy my hyper reels, it's a vibe. Figuring out that and my muscle memory, what I realized with the hyper reels is, because I've been really popular over on Facebook forever and ever, amen. Like, I just know how to speak the language of Facebook. That's where most of my clients came from. And then a year ago, when I just really felt this pull to go to Instagram, and because that's where I knew I could get millions instead of a couple, and that's where I could build out my omnipresent part of my business, I knew that was going to be reels, and I knew it was going to be that end of the spectrum. And when I went over to try to like crack these reels, because I'd been doing them for years, when I came over, I'm like, I just don't speak viral. That's one of the things that I realized, like everything that I write is just not viral. But once I learned how to speak viral, oh my God, once I learned how to stop being meta in my posts and start being mass, but then be able to be like, okay, I don't want to be mass and go viral for the wrong things and bring just a whole heap of followers, the wrong people. I worked out this formula to be able to reach the masses, but then also at the same time get into the meta and bring the right people in. It was like art. It was like an artwork. It's not the easiest thing. So my Hyper Reels course is more for coaches, because what goes viral for like Instagram coaches is different than what does for us. And I think we've got to be very mindful of that, because going viral, you want to go viral in a valuable virality, as in it's actually going to impact your business, not just the numbers. It's going to, because that is very true. I had a viral reel that was about rocks years ago, and that had no impact and no benefit to my business. Now when I have a viral reel, it actually has a benefit to my business, because the way that I created valuable virality, where it's actually people that are in my world, that are in my space, plus the other people that see it. And so it became like the Willy Wonka's golden ticket, finding and figuring that out. But it actually did take a lot. It took a lot of muscle memory. It took a lot of training exercises. Like I literally had to retrain myself to write. I had to train myself out of the Facebook writing and into the Instagram hook writing. I had to train myself. I had to rewrite. So I would write it as I would usually write it. And then I had to change it around, which was kind of really beautiful and amazing, because I could do my creator mind kind of vibe. Then I could bring my marketing mind. And then I had to bring into that my like virality mind. Like, how does this go viral? How do how does this reach more people? Like, how do I reach more people with this, but still have it be valuable for my business? And that's like, it's like this recipe. But anyway, having said that, it is work. I would say a lot of people are like, it's so easy and you can make a 50 million reels in 2 seconds. I don't believe that. As a coach, you can do that. It's a whole different way of thinking. Oh my God. With clients, I'm like, okay, give it to me. So because I'm loving doing this with my clients. They'll give it to me. Oh, and PS, one of my clients just had one that hit like nearly 1 million. It was vibe. And it was valuable for a business as well. So that is different than just having a viral reel about rocks, which is not valuable for my business as well. But what I'm saying here as well is it is actually a lot more work. I had to, like a year ago when I was on a semi-sabbatical, I was sitting there doing deep work about figuring out how to freaking create a viral reel. And it was a lot of work, and I figured it out. I cracked the code. But in the next 3 months, I know that writing my book and creating viral reels that is gonna help my book go viral is gonna be a lot of work. Instead of like, oh, I made 100 reels in 2 seconds. No, the reels that we have to make that are intricately made to reach the people we want it to reach and go viral, it's like a freaking recipe of figuring out exactly what to write in the exact right way to have it be seen. And do you know what? I had to check my ego at the door with this, because it was tricky for me at first, because I knew that I was playing to the virality, whereas before I was like, I'm not gonna write that. And I definitely needed to check my ego at the door. Like, that is how I started to go viral, was checking my ego at the door with the way that I usually would create, and kind of change the way that I was writing. And so that's the vision that I had when I did the visualization just before, was doing the reels and the virality, really leaning to that at the same time as writing and editing a book. That's hard work to kind of like context switch like that for the next 3 months. So that's why I just wanted to go live for you guys as well. And if you are on this vibe, I would love you to come with me. So if you want to work one-to-one, we can do that, or hyper reels, we can do that. It's a vibe. I just know that it's fun to be very leaned back in our business a lot, but it's also fun. I just wanted us to kind of like romanticize leaning in a little bit for small amounts of time, not long term, but really leaning in to like, actually, I love doing a lean back period, but I also love doing a lean in period. It's not easy being a rebel, right? Absolutely. So that is my vibes for you guys today. So glad to plug into your word. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that I'm live. This is such a vibe. Because right now, I just did a Beliefetics live call. Now I'm doing a bit of a live stream. Now I've got a context switch, and I'll be going in to finish off my coaching telegrams. And then I'm going to be writing. So just like context switching. Oh, vibes. But yeah. You guys, you got permission to go full out if that is the vibes of this last quarter, and let it be a quantum quarter. And your quantum quarter can come from magic, but a quantum quarter can also come from like leaning all the way in your business for the next quarter and having fun with it, and being lighthearted, having fun with it, enjoying it. Oh my God, how cool is the backdrop? I've got a studio now, and I feel like we might have some more travel going on next year. So literally, I need to get my shit together, finish writing this book, because I don't want to be writing it while we're traveling. If we're traveling next year, if that's the vibe. I don't like to like put things on myself like that, but I have a feeling like maybe like February next year, because it's fun to be here with the studio, and we'll just keep this as our hub. A bit of travel might be on the agenda, so I got to get this shit done. I got to get right. This is a moment in time. And then we'll be gallivanting. So, you guys, if you're keen, Hyper Reels is a self-study program. I put way too much into it, but it is one video that teaches everything about going viral, about viral reels. If you want that, you're keen for that, let me know. Otherwise, also, Figure 7 is open. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. We would love to have you in there. All right, you guys, have the best day ever growing to big dreams, and I'll see you in the next video, and go all out. Quantum quarter, let's go. Chief Big Dreams Genie, the internet is out. Woo!